This is the end of the line, the final stretch, the last spiral of thermoplastic hope clinging to a cardboard core. And when your spool looks like this, I'm sure most of you have had the same thought. It's too little for a real project, too risky to guess what's left. So instead, you crack open a fresh spool and forget about the old one. It collects dust on a shelf, or worse, it gets tossed in the trash. But what if there's still enough here to create something genuinely useful? I'm Spencer with 3D Printing Canada, and today I've put together my list of 10 practical 3D prints you can confidently make with that last little bit of filament. No fidgets, no novelty items, just smart, efficient prints you'll actually find useful, all under 10 grams. And stick around to the end, I'll show you exactly how to calculate how much filament is left on the spool so it never feels like a guessing game again. Let's see what we can do with this. Number 10, filament clips. It only feels right to start here. If you store your filament like this, you've probably run into issues with filament ends breaking loose when using regular holes on your spools. Especially on older spools that have become brittle or rigid composites like carbon fiber, they don't like to bend. Filament clips use next to no material. This one weighs at 0.8 grams per piece. I print these by the dozen and keep them handy in my shop. You can print versions designed specifically for bamboo reusable spools, like this one, or there's other styles that work with almost anything. Just make sure whatever design you use doesn't interfere with your AMS or get caught in the filament when extruding. For these, you could get away with PLA, but I would recommend printing in scrap PETG or another more heat-resistant material if you plan on using a filament dryer while they're installed. It's small, it's simple, but immediately makes your setup cleaner. And before we move on, I'll link a collection of all the prints mentioned in this video in the description down below. Number 9, bookmarks. This one takes next to no filament. Bookmarks are an easy, practical print anyone can enjoy. This design uses around 2 grams of filament, and it prints fast and it's functional. It's a great reminder that small doesn't need to be useless. Plus, there's endless designs available with the opportunity to customize, and they make surprisingly good gifts for the book nerds in your life. Number 8, bag clips. Chip clips, freezer bag clips, anything really. These are one of the highest value per gram prints out there. A simple snap design can seal snacks, bread bags, freezer items, whatever you got. There's a lot of clever design solutions, but this one I found is especially light at just under 2 grams. It genuinely changes how you see leftovers. I'm honestly amazed if anybody with a 3D printer would still buy store-bought versions of these. Number 7, pop can opener. This is a great one. If you've ever broken a nail opening a pop can, or if you have limited dexterity and struggle to open them, a tiny pop can opener is a fantastic assistive tool. Some designs even double as a cover to protect your drink from spills or from bugs. This print comes in at just over 3 grams and is small enough to fit on a keychain. A quick side note, these openers are just one example of how 3D printing can remove barriers and provide affordable, customizable assistive technology. This could be a whole nother video on its own, but for now, I'll link a few of my favorite nonprofits and designers working in that space below. Number 6, credit card size phone stands. This is a beautifully engineered design. It's a credit card size phone stand that slides right into your wallet and uses clever live hinges to prop itself up. It's lightweight, it's compact, weighing at just over 6 grams. It's a practical print I love having with me. For designs using live hinges like this one here, I recommend using scrap PETG for better longevity when flexing over time. Number 5, cable holders. Loose cables are one of those tiny annoyances I always fix with 3D printing. These cable holders fit on your desk or your bedside table and keep charging cords exactly where you need them. This model uses print-to-place hinge mechanism that physically locks cables into place and only uses 6 grams of filament. It includes mounting holes, but if you're like me and don't want to damage your furniture, removable double-sided tape works well here too. Number 4, paint cones. If you regularly paint, stain, or varnish projects, paint cones are a tool you'll want to have in your kit. They create small contact points to lift objects off your surface so you can coat all sides without sticking. They stack, they're reusable, and they use very little material, just over 3 grams per piece. The perfect example of a workshop tool you didn't know you needed. Number 3, whistles. Speaking of prints you didn't know you needed, this one could actually save your life. A whistle takes almost no material to print, but can be invaluable in an emergency. They're small enough to fit on a keychain or even work as a zipper pull for your jackets and bags. Some designers claim their designs are as loud, if not louder, than commercial versions. At around 2 grams, this is a quick, practical survival tool I print for friends and family before camping trips or when I know I'm going to do some travel. Number 2, NFC chips. This next one's clever and part of my everyday carry, an NFC tag. You can buy NFC stickers pretty cheaply and integrate them into small 3D printed enclosures like this one, which uses just over 3 grams of filament. With a phone, you can program these to open websites or link trees, share Wi-Fi credentials, launch smart home automations, or share contact information. Now that last bit of filament becomes something interactive. This is a useful print I carry around with me every single day on my keys. And while we're on the topic, comment if you'd like us to make a 3D printed EDC video. Number 1, epoxy mixing trays. This last one is incredibly handy around the shop. Small disposable epoxy trays and spatulas are perfect scrap filament prints. Print a batch of them and have them ready whenever you need to mix epoxy for quick projects. While technically disposable, this is a practical use for that final bit of filament, giving real utility to what would otherwise be wasted material. Here's a bonus round for scrap raw material. Did you know printing isn't the only thing you can do with leftover filament? Here's a few ideas. Use filament as hinge pins in printed boxes and other assemblies. Some clever hinge designs don't require screws, just a piece of filament to hold everything together. I like to melt the ends with a torch or soldering iron to lock this into place. You can also use leftover filament for plastic welding, repairing prints, or assembling larger projects with soldering irons. And if you have a 3D pen, it uses the same filament as your printer. That means your scrap becomes endless supply of materials for quick fixes or for kids who love using 3D pens. Sometimes the smartest move isn't printing something new, it's using what you already have. How to weigh your spools. Now let's remove the mystery entirely. Here's how to know exactly how much filament is left on your spool. You'll need a scale capable of measuring small weights, ideally accurate up to 0.1 grams. When you open a new spool of filament, weigh the entire spool. Some brands will list the spool's weight or its tear weight on the packaging. If so, you can skip this step. If not, take the total weight and subtract 1 kilogram or 1,000 grams to account for the filament. What's left is your empty spool weight. Write this number down or you can put it directly onto your spool. From then on, whenever you want to know how much filament is left, weigh the spool again and subtract the empty spool weight. The result will be your remaining filament in grams. No guessing, no gambling. You can use this method to have a better understanding of how much filament you actually have left on your spools. Okay, now before anyone comments about filament runout sensors and AMS backups, yes, there are ways to reduce this uncertainty. If you have a Bamboo printer with an AMS, there's a setting in Bamboo Studio under the Device tab that can estimate remaining filament. But it requires Bamboo filaments and doesn't give you precise gram values, only a visual representation. There's also filament backup features that switches spools automatically. Again, this is mostly designed for Bamboo filaments. There are workarounds for this, but if you want to have a better idea of exactly how much weight is left on your spools, weighing your spools using this method I mentioned is a more accurate way to do that. So the end of the spool isn't the end. It's just the smallest possible project waiting to happen. Before you toss your next empty spool, remember the most practical prints can sometimes come in small sizes. If you found this video helpful, consider subscribing. And if you have any favorite end of spool prints, share them in the comments. We might revisit this topic in the future. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you on the next one.